Hi everyone, my name's Alex. I'm the program manager behind Social Good Technologies. SGT was my vision of accelerating the ML industry. I think today it's no longer about the data science, it's really about how you take models into production that's still challenging most enterprises. And it's a struggle because MLOps isn't one thing, it's actually a series of smaller things. You have data collection, data processing, feature engineering, data labeling, of course, the core model design, which is what most people think of data science. And then you have next model optimization, training, and then finally the deployment and monitoring process. This stuff is all really hard, and I'm really excited to create 3 initiatives around SGT to make this easier for enterprise customers, vendors, and then also open source stakeholders. The first is our working groups. These working groups are going to be across the Big 8, but we're starting with model deployment. And the goal is to create standards so that as a customer, you can use any tool and the interfaces are similar. This should make it so that the fragmentation in the industry is reduced, or at a minimum, the code that's wrapped around ML is a lot easier to build. After that, we want to tackle education. There's new things popping up left and right, but oftentimes I see that the practices that are actually successful in a spectrum of enterprises don't get taught in a very applicable and hands-on way in the learning setting. I want to bridge that gap, and we're exploring and partnering with various individuals and academic groups to get that out the door. And then finally, I really want to focus in on open source and also vendors and startups in terms of how the ecosystem is coming together. I want to pay attention to making sure that there's interoperability. So if you're an enterprise customer and want to mix and match tools on top of a vendor solution, you can do that. But also on the flip side, if you're a vendor or a startup and you're building a tool for a specific part of MLOps, you can integrate into a wider suite of an enterprise toolkit. This, I think, is going to change the world over time in terms of what MLOps can do. And most importantly, I want you all to participate. We have a few ways to get involved, ranging from our working groups. There's also our Slack channel community hosted by MLOps.community. And then also there's going to be a number of other things that we'll be forming through open source projects and other ways to participate as a practitioner. Thank you so much and hope you get involved.